Imagine if your significant other randomly fell out at work. They on their deathbed, they talking about there's no way to bring them back. You sick. You was literally just with them the same day y'all was having some good vibes. Y'all kissed each other before y'all left for work. And now they just on their deathbed and looking like it's no answer to bring them back. Now let me introduce to you a free offer to do just that. Yes, bring them back from their brain dead state. All you gotta do is take a copy of their brain, then put it back within their brain, and they go come back bright as day like nothing happened. Right back to work and everything. And the operation is free. And the person who's promoting the operation to you has actually had it done on them themselves. They moving around like everything is sweet. You telling me you not taking that offer? 7th season of Black Mirror recently dropped on Netflix, and I'm hooked, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm 2 episodes deep into the season, and both of these episodes have definitely done the series some much needed justice. Now, we know it takes back with Black Mirror at this point. Some high-tech advancement that's either really beneficial to our main characters in the beginning or ends up holding them, or just holds the main character throughout. There's no way that the scientific advancement actually benefits the main character towards the end of each episode of Black Mirror. In this episode, as I said, we have a teacher who ends up brain dead, and her husband agrees to have this operation done on her for the free. She comes back and everything is good at first, but in Black Mirror fashion, we know things go downhill. So in this video, I'm just going to talk really quick about this first episode. I think at the end of this season, I'll probably do a ranking video ranking all the episodes within the season, but for right now, we just go locking on that first episode. So if you're on TikTok or YouTube, you already know what y'all got to do. Like, comment, repost on TikTok. And then on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe. Heavy on the subscribe. I'll do that as soon as I say it. Just hit that button. It's free. Let me just get right into the episode for y'all. So boom, we start off with this couple. They celebrating their anniversary. They go to their favorite restaurant, eating their favorite burger, enjoying a performance as if it's their first time at the restaurant. It's real couple goals right here. I already know just off these vibes, they do this every year with the same level of excitement. So the next day they going into work, everything looks Gucci, but then the teacher, the lady, falls out at work. So they called the husband out of work to go to the hospital to check in on her, and the whole time it seemed like she's brain dead. She's never gonna wake up again. So he's in disbelief, like, nah, there is no way. There's gotta be an operation that we can do to bring her back. And then the doctor's on some like, well, I mean, there is something. It's a startup. It's recently become an option. You can talk to a representative at the company who's promoting it to get an idea if this is something that you really want to go through with. So the main character meets up with Tracy Ellis Ross's character. They're talking about the operation. She's like, they just gotta take a copy of her brain, put it back in. She should be back alive, moving like she never fell out to begin with. Just a couple stipulations. We don't have nationwide coverage just yet. Yeah, we're trying to set up shop at a couple more places throughout the nation so we could do that, and then at some point we'll make it worldwide. I also mentioned the procedure is free and that I am a living testament of the procedure actually working. Like, what else do you need to actually go through with this operation? Tell me that right now. You listening to this right now, are you going through it or not? Y'all leave in the comments if this was ever a good idea for bro to go through it. But obviously we know that he ends up doing it and brings his wife back, seemingly in good health. Everything is good. Like, she never lost a step. She's going to work, cooling, he's making ends meet, and outside of this $500 subscription they gotta pay on a month-to-month basis to keep her alive, everything seems good. That is until one day at work, this student comes to her grieving about what's going on in his home. Seems like it's an abusive environment, so he comes to his teacher for some advice, and she goes right into ad mode. Yeah, she literally spits out this ad entertaining Christian values, saying that he should bring it up to his parents, so he does just that. Obviously the parent didn't like that she was promoting religious views in the classroom to like what looks like a 1st or 2nd grader, so that damn near got her fired. And at that point they decided to meet up with Tracy Ellis Ross's character again to figure out what the hell is going on. And apparently the Rivermind company have a plus selection now on some Disney Plus YouTube Red shit. Through getting the plus subscription, they're able to eliminate the ads that are going throughout her head. And all you gotta do to get the plus subscription is just pay an additional $800 to the $500 you were already paying. Yes, it doesn't go up to $800. It goes up to $1,300. You have to pay an $800 on top of the $500. I did not stutter. Now this, for me personally, would have been enough to pull the plug. I'm not gonna lie. If my girlfriend's watching this, I love you, but $1,300 a month? Is that not crazy? I didn't even mention the fact that the person who's undergoing the operation is sleeping an extra couple hours a day. So she could even pick up an extra job if she wanted to. And on a teacher's salary, that ain't really putting a dent in that $1,300 a month on top of other expenses you gotta pay. So my son has to valiantly put up with this and pick up extra shifts on a day-to-day to make ends meet. Eventually we see him succumb to this one platform that he's watching everybody at work look at, where people sign up to fulfill dares on the platform. We see this one dude drinking his own piss for I think $100, if that. So bro ends up donning a persona, throwing on a mask, and doing all these different dares. He puts a mousetrap to his tongue. It's nasty work. I think he only made like $50 for the mousetrap to the tongue. You would have had to pay me at least a band or two to even consider doing that. So a year has passed since the beginning of the episode, and they're back on their anniversary, which she completely forgets, by the way. I know bro was tight, but they attempt to try to go to their favorite restaurant, and she cuts out in the middle of their travel there. Like, literally dies. Bro has to spin the block, go back within the county for her to regain consciousness again. So of course they're meeting with Tracy Ellis Ross's character again, and she says, yeah, we don't have nationwide coverage yet, so you basically have to stay within your county to make this work, or upgrade to this next subscription, which I think also might have been included in the plus. The exclusion of ads, but also traveling within the nation. But yeah, all that was the 800 on top of the 5 that it was already paying. So they go to the restaurant and the vibes is not the same at all. They don't have the same reaction when eating a burger. And she doesn't appreciate the performance the same way they once did. It's sad to see, but you know bro gotta keep her alive, so he can't really process emotions like that. He just gotta keep getting to the bag. It's one day he's on this platform trying to make money where someone dares him to take off his mask, and I think they say they're gonna pay him like 400 or something like that to do so. So he takes off the mask and then picks up this big finger, devil looking finger, and he's about to do something with it. I don't even want to know what he's about to do with that finger. But it's bad enough where he goes to work and his picture is plastered all across the facility. He gets into a fight with one of the dudes that's laughing at him and ends up losing his job. So they are cooked. He does not have any income to continue paying Rivermind Plus. And if it's not bad enough, they upgraded to Rivermind Lux. I'm telling you, it couldn't have been 2 years that have passed since that operation has happened, but they upgraded 2 times within that year span. I don't know how much bro is paying at this point, but it's too much. On a monthly basis, yeah, miss me with that. If I was still with this operation after the plus, Lux definitely would have had me all the way off board. I'm sorry. Like I said, she's sleeping a lot more, and while she's sleeping, she's powering the server. So she really can't even get up out the bed if she wanted to get more work. Now, either he ends up getting the Lux or he gets a booster to up one of her feelings or sensations. I think he chooses to do it with her arousal, and she just starts getting aroused over anything. But he brings it to the max for some reason. Like, why wouldn't you put it at a half meter at least? Why would you go all the way to the top? But it is what it is, Tisha. So this year for their anniversary, they go back to the same restaurant, and she's actually enjoying the burger a lot more than bro is this time around. And the performance, so much so she gets up in the face of the performers to get a better view of the show, I guess. Then they go home and they get into some sexual activities, and she is moaning at the faintest stroke. I'm talking bro barely got the tip in, and she's really making a federal case out of it. Even when she's not riding, she's still aroused by this experience. Like, bro really lost his shorty altogether. This is not the same girl he agreed to have surgery for. Fast forward to a year later, and because bro's lost his job, he's selling baby furniture that they once had. I didn't mention they tried to have babies in the past before the operation happened and they weren't successful. And if they want to have a baby now, they're gonna have to pay even more on a monthly basis to even consider having a pregnancy. So yeah, they did it all that. Now he's having a yard sale on all the baby furniture. He asked people buying their crib why they buying it for, thinking that they're gonna have a baby, but really they just burned the crib for a music video they trying to make. Then we see bro smile and he lost his tooth. He put his tooth on the line for this operation. Like, bro, I feel so bad for son. He decides to get one more booster so that his wife can feel good again before he ultimately takes her out. The shit was so sad to see. Ultimately though, it was a great episode. Man, it really set the tone for this season. I've watched the second episode already, and the second episode, it was good. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still very good. Black Mirror-esque, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. But y'all leave y'all thoughts on the season so far in the comments. What have y'all thought of the episodes? Do they get better as the season goes, or do they get progressively worse? Y'all leave y'all thoughts in the comments. I've been your host, Jay, so I hope you've been entertained, and we go talk soon. Peace, y'all.